thing down. It's going to like -5. And then we'll crank that up a little bit. Oh, yeah, we're peeking into yellow now. Okay.
Oh, Karugo's here. The fuck did he join?
He's in a McLaren.
Oh. Well, he switched cars today. He thought, you know what, last sprint of the season, we're just going to have some fun and just slot in anyway. I didn't see him join the lobby either. He just sloofed in. That's fine, though. It's alright. He said to Tiller, you've gained a new teammate today. The German's not here, but I'm here.
Well, now Hippo. Wow.
No, has Hippo.
Right, so the timing screens are all fucked up.
Okay, yeah. I'm confused now because now it says Hippo and okay, now
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Okay, I should probably while we're doing the sprint put out the notification that we're. That would probably be a good idea. Again, I didn't know that when you logged in through Streamlabs, they had to send you 65 bajillion fucking authenticators. So it's like it would have been early if not. I kind of don't know where the @ sign is. Final race night of the season. Let's do it in the F1 Discord. The keyboard is tripping me out as well. The @ sign and everything else is at a different position where it used to be. There we go.
American keyboard.
Well, so the hashtag used to be directly to the left of the enter key, and now the hashtag symbol is literally right above the enter key and below backspace. So like to...
Yeah, you got the same as me, and is the @ symbol to the left of the enter key? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I'm sat there typing because like I obviously type in a way where it's like I don't know what to describe it. Like I can close my eyes and type a sentence because I know where the keys are because I use the keyboard that much. If I did that now, I'd be typing like I've got like autism in a good sense. We love autistic people there, but I'd be typing like I've got it. But yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk more about the track in general when we get to the qualifying. If people are just joining in, we're here late because I had to go for about 65 different authentication processes to get my Twitch working.
Issue,
but at least we're here. Smaller and a condensed lobby today. We know the championship was already confirmed in terms of Chissy. People, of course, maybe as well a little bit late because of the football. Remind me, if they're not here for the sprint, because it's a sprint assigned and attached to the lobby, can they join in for the actual quali of the race or no?
Should be able to.
Yeah, so they never know. You maybe get a couple more people coming through. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But yeah, it's the final race of 2025 before, of course, season 3 of F1 25 kicks off in early January. Talk to us though, Dan. What I mean, obviously we've got the sprint now. There's points on the line here, but what is there to race for tonight here in GP1?
Constructors Championship is still on the line. The Ferraris and the Red Bulls still battling that one out to see who will take the GP1 Constructors right now. It's still pretty close. There's a lot in play here, and the sprint race can actually tell us a lot. There's only an 8-point gap between Red Bull at the top and the Ferraris in second. There's also a nice little battle taking place for third, fourth, and fifth between the Aston Martins, the Mercedes, and the Saubers as well. So, yeah, still a lot to race for. Obviously, the drivers was wrapped up last week. Chissy confirmed your champion, but yeah, it's one of those things where I think a lot of guys have switched off, but for the 4 drivers for the 2 teams at the front, it's still very much on.
In terms of, you know, well, we're going to talk more about the track after we get the sprint done, but, I mean, is this like a flag-heavy track tonight, Dan? Is this one where we're going to see the safety cars and shit come out, or not so much?
Yeah, maybe not safety cars so much, but track limits are going to be a thorn in everybody's side in this one. That first sector is known for lobbing you a track limits warning, and it will continue to do so as the night goes along. They'll build and build and build and build until you end up with 27 seconds of penalties and your race entirely ruined.
I see. Well, of course, with the sprint, always a good opportunity to have a bit of a competitive practice. You are seeing those penalties fly forward already. 13 seconds for Alex Carugo, 3 for Jammy Dodger, and 3 for Hippo. I mean, with a condensed lobby tonight, Batty, I mean, do you look at this as an opportunity for someone to maybe kind of compete for that third position? I mean, you've got to look at Chissy and Tiller maybe being in the top 2. Is it a slam dunk of easy predictions with Jamsy and Carugo in here, or do you think maybe someone else tonight can maybe kind of rise up and take that final podium spot?
Yeah, I think it's looking at being as small, there's less chance of a safety car, so naturally, like, because of that, I'd go towards like the 3 quickest guys should finish the top 3, but you never know. Like, we don't know the weather for the next 2 sessions either, and America's one of those. This track is one of those that's quite common for the rain to kind of come at any point. So yeah, I mean, if it's raining, ultimate equaliser, I think anything can happen. But currently, you'd expect them to be the front 3. But Hippo was putting together a pretty, or Bench is putting together a pretty clean race at the minute. So you know, maybe it's a foresight of things to come.
Fair enough. In terms of the actual race tonight as well, how many laps is it? I know we've got 10 laps here in the sprint, but
Oh shit.
20. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's kind of a. I think you said it's kind of one of the longer tracks of the season, or?
Yeah, it's definitely, if you were to split the calendar in half and say which ones are the long ones, which ones are the short ones, it's falling on the long side. But yeah, it's a very complicated lap, and they built this track. They took a lot of different aspects from a lot of other tracks over in Europe and tried to combine them in one. They went ahead and made the first sector kind of modeled off of over across the pond. They modeled off of Silverstone, and there's many other parts of this track that kind of emulate some of the other ones as well. So you get a little bit of everything with this track. You get the high speeds, the high braking, the fast corners, the slow corners, and it kind of tests your overall ability as a driver. Can you keep it on the track? Can you keep it moving quick? And I think that's going to be the test here tonight.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, time being, of course. Oh, gee, love the connection there from Jamsy onto the rear wheel of Bench Warmer. However, Chissy so far looking good. This is a race tonight. You have to kind of, I don't know, appreciate Chissy being here. Danny doesn't need to be here. Really wrapped up the championship. Wants to end the season and the year, the calendar year in style. I mean, I know it's obviously the sprint. We can talk more about this in the quali, and there is stuff to look out for here. I mean, how would you describe Chissy's F1 25 so far? I mean, so we've started racing back in at the halfway point of 2025. So let's call it 6 months. 6 months of Chissy. Had a little bit of a downward spell last season with Louis Welch, but bounced back this season and then reclaims the Drivers' Championship, which he's won so many times. What do you make of him as a driver? What do you think of his performance this season?
Yeah, I think tonight, he's still trying to get that constructors for Red Bull. He's an integral part of their team. Craig has had some of the ups and downs, but still looking to not just get the drivers, but do the double this season. But for to answer your question, as a year as a whole for him, or 6 months as a whole for him, it's been consistency. He's only finished off the podium a handful of times, and to show up week in, week out, especially last season, knowing you're probably not going to win the race, but you're always going to finish second, and to drag that Drivers' Championship all the way as far as he did. I mean, we weren't even calling the Drivers' Championship until, the round 10, I believe, because he was so consistent in finishing second that, mathematically he was still kind of in and amongst things. So, Chissy, champion this season, runner-up last season. I think there's still a lot more to come for the man who is going to be driving with the number 1 on his car next season.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one to kind of get his opinion as to what he makes of the landscape of the grid, the league as well. Because again, with Louis Welch going out, people said, okay, well, that was the main kind of I don't know, equalizer to Chissy and him being able to kind of feel like he isn't able to win. But I mean, Alex Carugo has looked good in in the majority of races he's had. Jamsey has looked decent as well. Of course, had that great finish last week, and then of course you've got the likes of Sean Tiller and you've got the likes of Viro Kieran when he is here. So I mean, how do you evaluate the grid going into 2026? Are you happy, or do you have to kind of be honest and say to yourself, hands up, Chissy is kind of so far right now, ahead of the curve in terms of what there is?
Right now, with the way that at least the GP1 grid is looking, I'm very intrigued to see what happens. We've got a few guys from this season and past seasons who are either sticking around or making returns, who are going to add to maybe the upper part of the midfield. We're going to have, obviously, Chissy returning, Chantillo returning. A lot of the guys who have pushed at the top, but then Alex has signed up for a new season. We've got a new Brazilian driver that I'm still trying to figure out how to say his name. He'll be included in next season's GP1 grid. He is absolutely freaking rapid, by the way. So we could see a nice little battle at the top, and more battles all over the place, really.
Fair enough. Well, right
So you
now,
can ask for, really. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's in a great position. I think again, it always comes down to that kind of one where you would hope schedules align, be down the way, and you get the likes of Dom Parry racing in a consistent week by week basis, and you get these guys like Godwin and co coming in, because then you've got like a real all-star juggernaut kind of grid. So that could always happen as well.
Dom's signed up for next season, but once again as a reserve. I believe his work schedule is just so kind of sporadic.
Yeah,
at this time
exactly.
of the day that he, and credit to him, I would much rather him stay as a reserve if he's not sure than take up a full-time seat.
100%.
So, yeah, I can't really fault him.
That's fair. Well, 8 laps down of this sprint before we head into quali. And right now, Chissy not only looking like he's going to take the championship home, but is also going to take the final sprint of the season home here. I mean, is he on for some sort... I mean, I don't know if you keep a record of this, Dan, over the last kind of 2 seasons, but is he... How do I word this? Is he, like, on point to break the driver's points record? Is that a possibility here if he wins tonight, or not? Or we don't know on that?
The seasonal, most points in one season, though.
Yes, yeah.
No. Well,
No, okay.
Welch is still
high and above, yeah.
significantly clear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You gotta think, I mean, he won
So many.
all but one race last season. So, aside from, I think, missing 2 races, but regardless, he's still...
That's fair. Well,
way up there.
we're looking at a kind of interesting top 3 there. If this is to be what you can, I don't know, maybe evaluate of the final race. Chissy, Alex Carugo, and Neddy. Obviously, Neddy and Carugo, though, maybe in a little bit of bother in the sprint because of the penalties. Reminder on the penalties: Carugo 13 seconds, Neddy 3, Benchwarmer 6, Hippo 9, Jammy Dodger 9, Shadows Gunner 6, Adversary 6, and Rossi Wow 3. I mean, if you ignore the penalties, which obviously you can't do in the normal race, but you just go purely off of a competitive feel, which I always like to think that the sprint is a competitive practice for points, then you'd be talking about Chissy, Carugo, Neddy as being the kind of top 3 tonight. But again, Jamsey just taking over Neddy there on the final kind of stretch in 3rd. And obviously, with that 13-second time penalty, he's going to take 2nd in this sprint here tonight. Do you think there's any pressure on any of the drivers tonight? Do you think Tiller will feel maybe I don't know the pressure of putting the heat on Chissy one more time, Dan kind of end the year telling him, I'll be coming for you next year, or do you think it's just be a casual drive for him tonight, knowing that he's not going to win the championship?
No, I think. Talk about Tilla. I believe.
Yeah, tell you.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything casual about tonight. Because again, I mean, that Ferrari needs to finish ahead of the Red Bull. I mean, they need to outscore Red Bull tonight by 11 points to take home the constructors. So I don't think there's anything casual. I mean, the name of the game for the two Ferraris all season has been teamwork. I mean, these two guys know that they're not likely to maybe knock off Chissy, not likely to knock off Alex. So they're going to go ahead and fight for the other silverware that's up for grabs. So I think anything but a stroll in the park for these two tonight.
Well, we don't have to wait too long to get the sprint done with, and then also see how regular qualifying looks as we come round what can be described as one of the final bends of this quali. I think, again, a word quickly. Dan, what's happened? Who's died?
Big dive at the back there.
No.
I see Shadow's Gunner is repositioning himself, so it seems like he's been the casualty here.
Jamie Dodger is trying to get like a kind of straighten up for an exit to try and beat Hiller down the straight, and somebody sent it down the inside. I think catch what car it was, but hit them sideways, and then Shadow Gunner got collected as well. So yeah, this Jamie Dodger's not had a pleasant race, to be fair. It was a bit of an incident with him and Benchwarmer, or it might have been him and Hippo earlier on. Hippo just decided to T-bone him for some reason, but
Those pesky Germans, eh?
bit of argy-bargy going on around this track. It is quite an argy-bargy track, really, because it's a really nice track to race on, but you're fighting with everything.
Yeah.
You're fighting with a car, you're fighting with yourself, you're fighting with like the track, especially like fighting with track limits. And then you gotta deal with other cars trying to fucking make moves on you as well. So it's quite a stressful track, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those tracks that every corner is kind of a new challenge. And you're gonna do that 28 times over the race. And not only is every single corner coming at you from, kind of a different standpoint. We spoke earlier about how how this track kind of takes characteristics from others. It is exactly that. There's so many different things to worry about on this track that you have to really keep your wits about you. And so to continue to race on it as well is,
oh yes,
it's very much.
This is what I thought when we started seeing those clouds coming in the fucking sprint race.
Oh god, yeah, that's not good. That's a lot of darkness. I feel like it's drizzling rain as well. It's spitting. There's a few spits of rain here.
Everybody in.
Oh, the final race of 2025, and we're probably going to get fucking monsoon weather. This is going to be excellent.
Absolutely.
This is going to be fantastic, excellent, all of the above.
Hopefully it gets worse than this,
Well, we can hope. A man can dream. A man can dream about that. For now, of course, it's 18 minutes of qualifying, and then, of course, we go on to the final 28-lap race here tonight. So while we go into qualifying, Dan, I kind of... I was going to bring this up in the sprint, but talk to us about maybe some of these kind of minnows that are going to be racing here tonight, about what you've seen in terms of their development. The guys like Jamie Dodger, Neddy. I mean, how have they kind of, in your opinion, acclimated towards or acclimated to GP1? Have you been impressed with them? Do you think there's still room for improvement? What do you make of maybe some of those minnows in the division?
Yeah, I think every addition to GP1 this season has been very much come in, and some of them have gotten off to slow starts. I mean, I remember when Rosie first came up, it was you know, maybe a tough couple first races for him. Jamie, kind of the same thing at the start of the season. He's been in and amongst things from the start. But yeah, I mean, both of them have found their footing at some point in the season and have really impressed at times. And you know, the likes of Craig, kind of under the wing of Chissy for the majority of the season as his teammate. You know, you got guys like Nettie as well. I think Nettie, in terms of raw pace wise, kind of has really excelled this season. So I think going into next season, I think they're very much looking at, you know, those continuous GP1 drives.
And then you'd hope to think that maybe the experience of, you know, the first kind of full season of GP1 under their belt, or the first kind of full season of racing, quote, seriously under the belt, would only make them be more potent next season in certain tracks. Again, you know, we go into season 3 with the track list being randomized, and that kind of got announced, and people kind of maybe seeing the track list and seeing a couple of fan favorites in there. Maybe people like Jamie Dodger will be, I don't know, feeling a certain way about that. You can never really satisfy everyone with the track list, but some good ones in there. Maybe a couple of high performing ones for Jamie Dodger and co. I think as well, when it comes to someone like Craig, I mean, I think he, from my knowledge and reputation of when he was in the lower division, we'll call it, of F1, such a brilliant driver, but I think maybe races with too much pressure on himself. Do you think that's been the case this season? Do you think, you know, couple of times, couple of races, couple of tracks, couple of weeks where Craig has maybe kind of, I don't know, raced with so much pressure on himself that he's ended up causing himself issues, Dan? Or do you not think that?
No, I think he's very meticulous and very intentional about the way he goes about his race prep. He knows what he wants to do. He knows how to go about things. It's just a matter of putting it all together and executing it on track. So, you know, I think when he was in GP3 last season, I think he was kind of caught up in the midfield for a little bit, and then developed to really just start running away from the pack the entire season. And so that's what kind of got him this seat in GP1, is the fact that he was so far in front of everybody that it really didn't matter. It was, you know, almost kind of a Louis Welch situation where you could just write his name in first and then watch and see who filled out the rest of the timing sheets. So I think for him going forward, I think we're still going to see...
Sorry.
Oh, God.
So I'm just pissing myself because he's just taking. Oh, sorry. Rye's just taking that long to get in the lobby, and then within 1 minute has got a 5th place grid penalty for a collision. Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible for him, brilliant for us.
Yeah, brilliant for us. Let's do that.
Well in Rye, giving the spectators what they wanted. Pure carnage and brilliance. Carry on what you're saying there, Dan, sorry.
No, just to end it up, I think Craig has definitely improved this season. I think the competition around him, most of it being kind of superior to him, has helped him. Because the faster drivers you race against, the faster that you have to push yourself to become. And I think that's exactly what's happened. Is he that's in that fastest lap and gets the 46.4 to get us underway.
Well, I think yeah, I think what you've said there is accurate. It's always interesting and intriguing to see how people react to that increase of competition. Had that conversation so many times about FIFA players and X, Y, Z. Don't need to beat that horse, but said some people, you know, they embrace it. Some people run away from it. Seems like Craig is happy enough with it and wants to use that to kind of improve himself again next season. Don't think you'll be seeing him finish, you know, outside the points often next season, but as you said again, the grid is only going to get better, the driver quality is only going to get better, and I think Craig is included in that kind of bracket as well. He will only get better. In the rain here today, Batty, I mean, what are we talking then about a good time? If it's 28 laps, one of the longer kind of tracks of the season, in the rain, are we saying maybe, you know, is a 144 good? Is a 146 good? What are we saying here with these times?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the actual dry time is around this track. Like what a good time in the dryers, but normally you add sort of between 10 to 12 seconds onto what time that is. It's like considered a good time.
Mm.
You know, because if it's lighter rain, you're gonna get closer to that 10, maybe even 9 second slower mark. You know, even on this game to a point where if the rain completely stops, you make up a load of time on the inters as well. So it's kind of a bit harder to judge these days because of the way that they've kind of done the weather. But yeah, I would say that, you know, you've got two culprits there that are normally near the top and set. Three culprits there that are normally near the top and set, you know, a 143. So you know, 144 is probably where you're going to be happy, and then anything above that is probably a bonus for everybody on the grid. But yeah, completely depends because each lap's completely different. You also, you know, I like to put a load of fuel in the car when it's raining because you get a little bit better traction with a heavier car, and you know it's nicer to just do a sequence of laps. You don't have to push on every lap in the rain because you're kind of trying to judge where you can put your foot down and where the limit is. So.
Mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised somebody like Tiller or even Chissy has just put all the fuel in the car and is just going to use one set of inters for the whole session, unless, you know, it starts to get a lot nicer in the next kind of 2 minutes, because if it
I
doesn't
mean,
stop raining in the next two, you're probably not going to be able to put the softs on at all, so...
I mean, based on your kind of knowledge of like weather and F1, though, I mean, is that a possibility? Is it completely random? Because I mean, it's usually when you see overcast, you're expecting the rain to be here with us for like a good portion. I mean, if it's raining, in, the rule of thumb that I've seen before in these races is that if it's raining in quali, you're going to get maybe at least half the race of the actual race, maybe with wet weather.
Yeah, I would I would follow that too. I don't know what the, you know, it could be the opposite. This could, you know, just be a shower, but the majority of the time when it does kind of rain in quality, at least some of the race is raining. Yeah, America's just got that potential. All the American races, pretty much apart from Vegas has a little kind of range percentage. It's nowhere near, you know, enough that it kind of rains every session that you have, but something like Coulter in Miami, you know, is a very strong possibility of rain at any point. So you could get as a little sprinkle at the start and then it disappears and then it comes back later on. You just never know. I mean, it's I will say though, this is one of the more treacherous tracks to try and navigate in the rain because there's so many slow speed kind of corners, and you gotta keep that car kind of straight. You gotta really watch it. You don't overheat your tyres in kind of intermediate conditions. So it's yeah, it's a
Would you agree
real
with that then?
challenge they've got on their hands at the minute.
Would you agree with that then, Dan? Do you think the rain today, if it stays, if it picks up, is this going to make the track, what's the word or phrase to use, a lot more safer? Like when we saw Monaco, you saw that there was a lot more kind of patience from the drivers. There was no one being really aggressive, even though you can't really be too aggressive in Monaco. But, you know, do you expect that that weather change, or that weather condition, to maybe result in a bit more of a calmer race, or do you think that won't change too much, being the last race of the season?
Yeah, I think in the rain you're much more worried about keeping the car on track than trying to, you know, make your way up the field. I think as the race goes along, as you know, they get more confident in the rain, I think that's kind of when we start to see the collisions and the incidents and things like that, where you know, you start to say, okay, I've got this, and then you send it and you don't got it. So that's kind of the issue. I'm interested to see, especially here in qualifying, where do the Ferraris and the Red Bulls align, because, you know, the Ferraris are going to need to find a way to offset Chissy potentially winning this race. That's the big thing for them.
Yeah.
So they need to find almost 20 points somewhere and hope that Craig somehow stays out of the points. So whether that's, you know, I think if I'm doing my math correctly, they basically have to finish second and third to have even a shot And if Craig picks up anything else, then it becomes even a taller task. So I think if rain does begin to plague the race itself, then it'll be very, very interesting. That's for sure.
Well, there you go. I mean, ironically, then you could say that maybe tonight, you know, the kind of crux of this team championship lies on Craig. There's been such a season as a Red Bull where you don't really need to do or kind of perform too much if you're if you're Craig, and then tonight maybe it comes down to you getting 10th position to kind of just nudge you over the line. Of course, it may not. It may result in Chissy just winning the race outright, and that brings Red Bull a lot more success and glory as a team again. But I don't know. I think that's something. Go back to what we said about Craig. I think you need those mini milestones, if you want to call that, to kind of maybe get Craig firing at his at his absolute best. So maybe Craig will look at it that way today. Maybe Craig will look at it and say, okay, well, if I finish 10th, finish 9th, finish 8th, whatever, if I finish deep into the points, whatever, then we've got a very good chance here of the Red Bull having the team championship. So yeah, I like that for Craig. I think that puts a little bit of pressure on Craig's shoulders in a good way. He knows he can't just kind of sit here and treat it like a casual Sunday drive tonight. You agree with that, Connor? Or you think maybe that puts maybe a little bit more I'm trying to word this in a way. Do you think that slight pressure will make Craig or break Craig?
No, I think he's done a kind of good job all season. Well, he's kind of recognised the pace that he has. He knows that he's not going to do anything extraordinary, and he's managed to put some points on the board just because he's hung in there. There's only 3 retirements today and any guaranteed points. So if he can just survive, he doesn't have to do anything incredible. He knows there's going to be a lot of penalties. If I was Chissy, I would be saying to him, like, mate, just go at your pace. Just don't rack up the penalties, and you're going to make time up here on people. You saw how many, warnings there were in the sprint race. Yes, granted, the sprint race tends to be a wee bit more hectic, but it's just Dan said earlier, you're fighting kind of every aspect of the track here, and track limits is one of the biggest ones. There's so many corners on this track that you're not going to be used to taking on a heavy fuel load, and with colder tyres, and the tyres are going to start to get warm, and I wouldn't be surprised as the retirement of somebody entering the pits, just because there's a lot of things on this track that can just catch you out. Take the S's wrong, you're going to lose about a second. So yeah, it's just keep it consistent, and if somebody's putting you under pressure, just let them by safely. That's what I would do.
There you go.
You just gotta play smart, don't do anything silly.
I think as well, talking of I don't know if we mentioned this in the sprint or not. How is the pit lane for this track, Dan? Is this a 10-second nightmare for people, or is this a nicer pit lane tonight?
If you're taking a 10-second penalty in this pit lane, then you're also probably only driving into it with 2 wheels on your car.
That's fair. Okay.
It's a very, very small little pit wall on a very, very fast corner. Mm-hmm. So you've got to be on your toes heading in there and be very intentional about going into the pit lane, because a lot of guys will try to make moves into that final corner of the lap, and all of a sudden you're going to find yourself in the middle of a battle that you had no idea that it was even taking place. So that can definitely catch a few people out, but I think if everybody's just nice and careful getting into the pit lane, everything will be mighty fine.
There you go. Well, don't have to wait too much longer to find out if that is going to be a factor or not. 2 minutes plus of qualifying remaining. Right now, Jamsey of a 1:42.593 leading the way. Rozzy Wow as well. We're just watching in third person now for 1:43.9. Again, another one, Dan, that you really want to kind of see kick on in Season 3. Rozzy Wow said, he's openly said, this is my first F1. It's the first time I played in a league for F1. This is another guy with a really kind of high ceiling for potential, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's definitely one of those that has joined GP1 and mixed in very well. He came into the league, started in GP3, got along with some of the guys in there, and they've kind of all raced together, all kind of found a little group within themselves, and have done well to kind of get all of them up there. So I think Rossi is very much, with it being his first kind of F1, his first league racing scene, that going forward in the next season, he's going to be, even more improved. And sometimes, it's nice to have a little bit of time off and to go with that reset after another 12-week season. So I think, if he can maybe just take a couple sessions, get a couple laps in under next season's calendar over the break, he'll be in great shape.
Definitely, I think if they can keep that that McLaren team together. I know obviously not, I don't know if Alex Carew is supposed to be McLaren or not, but I mean if Rossi Wow and Alex Carew stay as a duo, if you want to call it that, that would be a great kind of a great pair to watch in terms of what they can do and how well they can do next season. I really like the potential of that as a team, but again, as you said, when it comes to teams, the drivers have got a lot more freedom to kind of go out and find their own way and find their own partner. So one of those. But no, I root for Rossi. I think he's for someone with such raw experience in terms of leagues and whatnot, he's impressed me with moments. Just got to convert those moments into full races next season. I think he will. Well, 10 seconds left here. Batty, we'll get your final thoughts on quali in this kind of grid of 13. Anyone impressed you outright for quali today, or not so much?
Yeah, I think he got the usual suspects. Kirigo is about to set his one and only flyer of the session, so I'm not quite sure how quick he is compared to the others yet. But it's just kind of where I'd kind of put everybody. I think Rossi's the one that stands out. I think if I had to write them all out in order, he would have probably been about 7th. I'd have put maybe Ryan Shadow above him. But yeah, apart from that, like, I think it's pretty much that's a bloody stormer of a time from Tito, and then Chissy's just Jesus Christ.
Get down, little boy. It's not happening. That's what he said.
I mean, I'm not quite sure how quick this Kirigo lap is going to be, but he is absolutely throwing it around this track. But yeah, it's looking very kind of familiar. Shara Gunners has done what he's done all season, put in a very, very decent very, very decent qualifying there himself. So yeah, I think now the session's pretty much ended. It's kind of where I expect everybody to be. Jamsy's about to improve slightly as well, so there you go. Yep.
So no one
that we thought were at the front are at the front.
No one taking this last race lightly.
No,
absolutely not. Well, there we go. Quali done, and with that, then the final 28 laps of our season coming up. I mean, like I said, today, no Drivers' Championship will be decided. That was already handled last week. It's all about the team constructors tonight. Maybe you could say pressure on Chissy, pressure on Craigar. Depends what way you look at it. Of course, though, it'll be a fun one. And especially if this rain continues. We'll see if it's picking up or if it, I don't know, disappears and we get clear skies once this loading screen passes. Of course, as always, if you are listening and playing, please do not ready up until that timer that Batty puts in expires. Thank you very much. So, there we go. Pickings has just referred to me in the general as a scammer. That's great. Thank you. Fix the ad sliders. These bastards, man. These bastards. Fix the ad sliders. Is now the tank is locked and loaded, Gringo. Well, that's terrible news to hear, Ambus. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means you're going to ram into people. I don't know what that means.
Have you not seen the meme?
No, I've not.
Oh. Hold on. I will get it for you momentarily.
I am interested.
This is from last season when he absolutely sent everybody in turn 1 at Monza.
Oh, right then. Okay. Yeah, that's funny.
You can see his car is the one that is angled towards the apex, but very, very, very far from the apex.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny, by the way. That's very good. What race is this in?
Monza.
That was GP2 last season.
You were doing
at
this in
Monza.
GP. You being a terrorist in GP2. Have some shame, adversary. Honestly. Jeez. I
See if I
can't.
can find a Stewart clip because it was bloody brilliant.
I can't lie, by the way, Pickens. I have no idea why Jack Anna still has mods here, but I mean, I must have been in a good mood that day. Because everything he's just said there about himself is a complete lie. Does not have a huge penis. It's a micro penis. Doesn't have any aura. It's annoyance. And he's not 6'7". Jack's probably about 5'2". So it's just three lies. Three big lies in a row there. Right, well, it seems like we have lights out nearly approaching. And we will get strapped in for the final 28 laps of this season. And it does, I mean, the rain has stopped, Bay. So,
yeah.
sad times.
Still no blue sky, though, so we still have hope.
Yeah, it could resume. I'm hoping it. Christ, I'm praying it resumes. Talking of resume, I need to quickly resume and open my fucking window because it's getting stuffy in here. Give me just a minute. Fucking cables everywhere.
For what it's worth, Adversaries just messaged me saying, "Rise next to me, oh baby, cash my money in the bank now."
Well, that's not good news, is it? That's not good news if you're right at all. Alright, well, here we go then. We're off and away, and we'll keep an eye on the interval.
Oh my god. He's absolutely sent it.
Oh yeah,
no.
we've gone wide. They've gone very
Jesus
wide.
Christ.
Fucking chaos.
Oh, God.
You got to love it, the fun race of the season, haven't you? Well,
How
I mean,
has everybody kept that together?
I will say this. Oh, well, Rise
Yeah,
gone.
God,
Rise
well,
died.
Rise dead.
Yep, Rise
Yeah.
died.
Oh then.
What happened there then?
I don't know. I was trying to get back, see where his car died, but yeah.
No safety car?
Yes.
No, there is.
Obviously
10-second
there
penalty for ignoring the yellow flag for Dirty Hippo. So,
BVSC, I think, yeah.
yeah, Rice said, just in the chat there, yeah, cheers, adversary. Adversary and Craig killed me. That's what he said. Well, if I were you, I would get that clipped up. Send it to the FIA. I think that's it's definitely one for the old blooper reel. I think so. But one lap in, and already a safety car.
I think clip that Mercedes Hail Mary into turn one.
Adversary causing chaos, because Rise just said he didn't want to fucking race anyway. So, yeah, he's not happy. There'll be some hands thrown in the driver's side. He literally struggled to get into the lobby, got into the lobby, did quali.
It's been a rough night to be in the green highlighter.
Got a penalty.
Yeah.
Like, within the first 10 seconds of being on track. And then it was retired 10 seconds into the race.
Yeah.
You couldn't write it. Well, at least we know one of the rivalries for next season, Adversary and Rye. There you go, one that you didn't think was going to be a talking point, but it certainly will be now. Absolutely you will. Jack, if you start timing people out, I'm going to absolutely, number one, take your mod away, and B, time you out for 2,000 years. I swear to God I will. I will absolutely do it.
How many hours is that?
I don't know how many hours that would be.
Because don't you have to time out by hour?
Yeah, I would go through the effort of figuring it out. Right, says me and Adversary ain't a rivalry. The window licker's 10 places behind me on average. Well, there you go. We've already started the trash talk. We love that. We do. Well, I mean, listen.
That's 48,000 hours, by the way.
Fantastic. There you go, Jack. I will time it for 48,000 hours. Don't test me. I will. I mean, like you said though, and alluded to, Batty, during the sprint, only need 3 retirements, and Craig's in a great position. There's 1 down, and 27 laps to go still.
Yep. Yeah, he's potentially making a move on his old championship rival here as well, because he looks to be a lot quicker than Eddie at this point in the race. Wee bit of contact there between them. Craig probably going to try and hold it round the outside.
Oh, there's a lot of contact everywhere. I'm looking at this.
Different compound as well. Different tires.
When you make a bench one coming out in softs, by the way, what is that all about?
Not a clue. Always seems like a mistake to me that. You know,
now-
maybe.
Made the early safety car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really true.
For now, we'll keep an eye at the top here. There's a lot of great battles in midfield, or the middle of the pack, you should say, of the track. Oh.
Champion Shadow Gunner and Dottie Hippo all make contact. Christ,
I want to watch the top of the race, but I want to watch this middle fight as well, because it's ridiculous at the minute. There's a lot, like you said, it's an aggressive track and there's some aggressive driving here already.
And as well, Nettie and Craig are about to catch that pack as well. That's Tilla leading that train from third all the way down to, we're going to go ahead and call it ninth, assuming that Nettie can go ahead and catch up. So, I mean, pretty much the entire field all within about 5 seconds of each other right now, aside from the two at the top.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go as well. We got more heckles from the crowd. CO2 Remedy saying Stocky should have raced. He might have scored a point. Well, it would have been a good opportunity for him tonight if he did. Yes, I won't disagree with you, Mr. Remedy.
Incredible move by Hippo, but great defense by Shadow. These Ferraris are on a charge, yeah. Hippo with that penalty is going to have to get a major move on.
Shadows look to be having a nice little battle. I think as well, if Hippo can get past Jamsey somehow, I mean, he's already got a penalty. Ferraris might be able to pull it off. Because if Tilla stays where he is, he picks up his 15 points. Chissy would add 18. And then Hippo would get what, 10?
12.
12. 12 from
12
fourth,
for
yeah.
fourth.
That would be, they would be a point short. That would be 27 points. They need to make up 28. So they need the fastest lap as well. If they can grab the fastest lap point. Sick. Oh.
Well, the tie.
And with Craig in ninth as well, that's going to add 2 points to their pain. So they're currently 3 points adrift.
Yeah, strong chance then.
Yeah. 3 points adrift as they go ahead and it just looks like they're about to start on lap number 5. Can't imagine
Craig's
as well.
putting together a good
Yeah, Craig moving up another place.
couple of laps here, so.
And this might just be the insurance policy that Red Bull needs as well. I mean, we've talked about Craig multiple times this season, like being the clear number 2 driver at Red Bull. How many times in your life have you heard number 2 driver at Red Bull? And, you know, I think this is just the perfect job here. Chissy looked like he made that move. Did he make it stick? Looks like he has. So I was going to fight him back around the outside. This racing at the front, by the way, is incredible between these two. Yeah, I think, you know, that might be just a little bit of pressure on Chissy. I don't know if the two are talking to each other at all, but if they are in communication with each other, Chissy's probably just saying, right, park it right there, don't let anyone else pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're, I mean, Shadow is a struggling adversary, you know. You could argue Craig and adversary's pace is fairly similar, so there's a potential you could get 2 more spots, but yeah, you're right. I think, you know, you're in a gap now. You've got a wee bit of a kind of pace helper and Rossi well behind you and Neddy, so you know, you got insurance that those two are both behind you, so you have to battle each other to probably make a move. I'd just relax for a bit of this stint, try and save a couple of laps on the tyres, and then, you know, put the hards on and have a more aggressive last stint.
I do wonder though if Netty's strategy is just to say, right, I'm gonna hang these hards on as long as I can, and throw a set of mediums on at the end of the race, and if that could potentially be a spot of bother for Craig as we go into the latter stages of this one. You know, in the context of the championship, it doesn't mean much to Netty, but for Craig, I mean, losing out on, you know, 2 extra points could be huge for Red Bull if, you know, the Ferraris are able to get past Jamesy.
We'll say currently as well on the Red Bull, what do you make of this battle between Alex Carew and Chissy? I mean, 6 laps in, obviously there's 28 laps in the race, but are you seeing anything that indicates that maybe Alex can keep this up, or does it look like Chissy is just a turn away, a corner away from reclaiming his rightful position as first place on the grid?
No, I think they're pretty. It just looks to me like, you know, Alex is slightly more consistent in Sector 1. Chissy's kind of makes up for it in Sector 2, and then Sector 3 they're both pretty even, so I think we could see this for the whole race.
I love
honestly.
it, man. So I think he needs he needs like a rival. I think, yeah, we didn't see a lot of Chissy kind of winning races and whatnot when Louis Welch was in the league, but I just think it elevates him so much. I think when Chissy doesn't have that like consistent person breathing down his neck, whether it's Attila and Alex Carew, whatever, I think he's so laid back. You don't really get to see the best version of him when he's so laid back. He's one of those, you know, you talk about maybe one side of the coin being Viral Kieran, where, you know, a bit of competition causes him to mentally implode and then he retires after 3 or 4 laps. But then you look at someone like Chissy, where, you know, he sees a Lewis Welch, he sees Attila, he sees an Alex Carew, and he just seemingly finds a way to kind of, you know, focus, concentrate, and, you know, get it over the line. Maybe not against Lewis Welch often, you know, he was an anomaly, a freak of nature was Lewis, but it wouldn't surprise me here if Chissy tonight is so locked in that he ends up winning this race despite Alex Carew leading the early 10, 12, 14 laps of it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's, you know, the best kind of position on this track is second. You know, I would quite happily sit second until lap 28.
Yeah.
And then just send it down this straight. Like, so I think they probably both tried to. He's going to make a move now, but I think they both tried to kind of see, have I got enough pace to get away from this guy? They both kind of figure out, right, well, no, we're too close. Neither of us are going to break away. Okay, we'll just work together and then guarantee ourselves 1 and 2 and duke it out at the end, which is what experienced and smart drivers do. You know, you gotta choose your battles.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be battling the whole race. So you battle the whole race, you're never gonna win in it. So you gotta be smart.
Well, for now,
Seems they both could be struggling mediums a little bit though.
Yeah, I saw a little snap of oversteer from Chissy. And don't forget, like, it was only 2 weeks ago that these two locked horns in Canada, and it ended Alex's race. So I don't think, you know, we talk about
Alex Carew was, I don't know if you saw that there on my screen or yours, but Alex Carew struggled in that last turn there as well. That was a little bit, I didn't know if he was going to spin the car out there or not. That was very close, but now you can see Chissy.
Track, you just put the power down the wrong area, and you know, you get a kick if fucking, you know, your rear wants to go this way or your front wants to tuck in. You know, it's absolute nightmare.
The worst combination is both of those happening at the same time.
This now is a good test for Alex Carew though. Chissy Chissy was behind Alex Carew for, like we just saw there, 7-8 laps of this race, and then Chissy finds a way to kind of concentrate, focus, and gets the lead back. So now it's going to be down to Alex Carew. He's going to try and book it down this straight here, but isn't going to get it, and goes a little bit too wide. But there's still neck and neck here, and he is going to get just the nose ahead. So Alex Carew back in front before Chissy takes it right back. It's going to be back and forth all race, it feels like Dan said.
Yeah, these two phenomenal.
Both on the edge.
Yeah, we also need to remember as well that the gap from the two of them to the rest
6
of
seconds.
the field, yeah, is now 6 seconds. Was 1.7 at one point. So as Connor was alluding to earlier, I mean, they've just said, right, well, we've got the pace to get away from everybody else. Can we just kind of bide our time here a little bit? There's still 20 laps to go in the race. No one's going to be winning the race here on the next four or five corners. So let's just go ahead, pull each other along, make sure that at the end of this race, it's only one of us two that can win it.
Well, the other thing to kind of focus on as well are these penalties. Thank you as well to Zach for the prime. Appreciate you there, buddy. 10 seconds from Hippo, 3 seconds from Adversary, 3 from Neddy, 3 from Rozzy Wow, and 9 from Jammy Dodger. And there's Craig there right on cue, 3 seconds for him. Are you surprised by that amount of penalties 9 laps in, Dan, or is that kind of about right? Oh, well, we got a safety car, and Jammy Dodger has perished. So,
He's died going into the pit lane. I know that.
well, that is... I mean, who does that safety car benefit, in your opinion, Dan, the most?
I don't know actually, because his car's moving. Unless that's Rise AI, I don't know.
I think has he maybe like smacked his wing in the pit lane? And I don't know.
Maybe because he's blocking the pit lane or spot.
I think I think it was blocking the pit lane. Maybe he hit like the inside wall of it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like T-boned the wall almost. I don't know. That's a weird one.
That's a very weird one.
You will probably need to invite back Rousey, by the way. Yeah, in terms of who the safety car helps, I think anybody on the medium tire might look to go in here. I think if you're on the hard, you're probably in a bit of a pickle here as to what to do, because your tires have already kind of seen the best of their lifespan. But, and yeah, Chissy's heading in, as is Alex, so kind of to answer your question there, I think that anyone on the mediums is probably going to be visiting the pit lane.
I would say, though, the biggest loser maybe was Shadow Gunners, because he pitted and went onto those hards just before that safety car happened, so that's not ideal. You can never predict it, but it happens. Benchwoman, they've just been given a drive-through penalty, if I'm not mistaken, so that's another one that maybe could have been avoided. Jamsey on softs, I was about to literally raise that to you. That is very aggressive. That's a very aggressive strategy he's taking that.
But I think that's product of when this safety car has come out, because he was on the hard tire, and if you're on that hard tire, you're kind of in that in-between zone of, do you make it a two-stop and push, or do you suffer in this first stint and try to bring it back later? I mean, it's the worst possible time. You never want to see a safety car out there when you're on the hard tire unless they're completely dead. So I think for him, it's right. Well, I don't really have anything to race for except for this race in particular. Let's just go for it. I don't really blame him. I mean, if he can get out in front of Chissy, just connect himself to this front three. Just stay in the DRS, stay kind of with the two of them. He can probably guarantee himself a podium here, and I think that might be what he's going for. For the Ferraris, on the other hand, worst case scenario, because they both went ahead and pitted under the safety car, and they are completely out of position now to get that constructor's title.
Disappointing for the front. I mean, would you say? I mean, the big thing as well from the softs there from Jamsey is literally he's come onto softs. That's got to be telling us that the team over at the Williams are telling Jamsey we're not going to be expecting rain here for the rest of the race. I mean, that's surely got to be the thinking as well. Go on softs. The overcast weather's going to hold, or am I completely misreading the situation there, Dan?
No, I think for right now that's kind of how it is. I think you would maybe see if there was rain in the forecast later on, maybe everybody head on to the mediums, because everybody's going to get generally the same information, and that would kind of lead to the same strategy decisions. But even on the soft tire, I think he's obviously still going to need to pit one more time, but it allows him to go kind of any direction he wants. Does he want another round of medium tires? Does he want another round of hard tires at the end? Which tire does he feel the most confident on? And we'll just have just a couple of laps to be able to tell.
I think the one thing as well is... Oh. Have I disconnected or have they disconnected? Johnny did the thing where he kicked Batty out. Get in there, Johnny. Leaving your mark. Leave a tackle on him. I'll invite him back. Don't worry, Dan, I got it. My train of thought, though, has indeed gone. I can't remember what I was going to say. I had a good point as well. It's gone. It'll come back to me.
What a great point.
Yeah, it's all your fault, mate.
Good.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Get fucked, Johnny. No. You two are a tug of war for who can stay in the party.
Alright.
It's going to be one of those races. Strap in, boys. Oh, God. Well, you're both in at the same time. Oh, your noise suppression has turned off, Johnny.
Oh, that's a really...
Alright, we don't need ASMR. No, there's no sweet nothings. It's sweet terror. That's what that is. Well, the safety car is going in. 12 laps, pretty much on the way done. I mean, the reality is now, you said that the team championship is looking kind of far and beyond Ferrari. I mean, for Craig, though, you still want to say that he should be aiming to finish as high as humanly possible and give him, a big, I don't know, not motivation boost, but like something to be happy about to end his season, right, Dan?
Oh, 100%. It would be a huge confidence boost heading into next season. And maybe as well, because again, with the way that the teams are done, I mean, everybody's kind of up to their own devices as to what they want to do. If he can get a good result here, it's a great advertisement on his CV to kind of go forward into next season and say, hey, I'm a viable option as a teammate. Come, let's make something happen.
Someone's really struggled there. I was gonna say, like, quickly before Xbox decided to make me just, talk to myself for 3 minutes. I think if you're Tiller, you're actually kind of happy to see Jamsey in those socks because it could cause a wee bit of chaos between these two. So, it's a strange decision, yes, from Jamsey, but if you're the Ferrari, you're like, maybe I need something like that so that I can, hang on to the back of the group while they're all kind of fighting with each other. So, that's kind of what's happened here at the start. Tiller lost out, and it's, Tiller lost out, and he's able to kind of stay in this gap because, Jamsey had such a better restart than Chissy and Alex.
Well, for now, Jamsey on those softs does have the lead. Again, though, it's a long 16 laps to go. Realistically, talking about maybe another 20. Oh, Chissy there. I've seen that a couple of times, haven't we? And again, that's not because of a tyre issue. So you're only on 2-lap-old hards, but Chissy, Alex Carew, whether they're on hards, mediums, whatever, they are really showing signs of, a little bit of danger with that oversteer, and we've seen it a couple of times already this season. One bad corner, one bad bout of oversteer can end your race entirely. So you need to be wary of that, but for now, Jamsey the man to beat. I mean, how many laps is he going to get out of these softs, though, Dan, realistically?
3, 4, maybe. I would say, he's probably got 2 pacey laps left in him. And then after that, it's going to be an absolute drag.
Oh, I think...
and Neddy's gone.
I think Tiller might have just killed him by accident.
Oh, was it accidental, though?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching Tiller's point of view because, he was kind of the leader of the second pack behind the first pack, and I just heard bang against the back of the Ferrari and then the sound of a car dying on a wall. So, I don't really think it was Tiller did anything there, but I suppose, you never know, there's 2 point of views to every incident, so...
Can't wait for the alternative angle from Neddy where literally it just shows Tiller rocket bombing him into the fucking wall. Yeah. Just drive off past, it's just you see Tiller winking at him with a balaclava on. It'd be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That helps Jamsey.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yep. So now, you know, you can go and whack the hards on and get to the end of the race. The other thing is it's a sprint weekend, so you don't necessarily know what tyres they've all got left. You know, you could find that Jamsey doesn't have a set of hards because he chose, you know,
I think they
softer or balanced.
went on intermediates, didn't they, during the quali? Oh, and the sprint, didn't they? I can't.
Yeah, that
recall.
is, yeah, for the. Actually, what was? Oh, see, that's the pit entry. He nearly fucking ended his race.
I've just been given the clip
God
hit.
damn it, man.
I've got Rise on board of turn 1 in my chat if any of you two are interested. I'm about to watch it on the side here. I'll let you know if it's worthwhile. Oh, it's literally, we're going to get the...
He's very lucky to not take his win off though.
Oh, that is one hell of a turn 1. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Yep. Oh, dear me. Yes. Oh, dear. Jesus Christ. That's not good, is it? Oh, well, I'll send that to you two. I think you would enjoy that, to say the least.
Joy.
That's funny. I mean, it's terrible. I'm sorry that happened, but that's fucking hilarious at the same time. It's funny because, like, I watched that clip and I'm looking at, like, the rear view mirror as well. And just laughing my arse off. That's brilliant. There you go. That's for you, then. And then for you as well, Connor. I mean, I don't know too much about F1, but I found that funny. That's...
Oh, yeah, this was in the steward's office already.
Oh, is it already? Jesus, you submitted that quickly, Ryan. We love that.
I haven't actually watched it yet.
Oh, you should. You certainly should.
Oh. Yeah, adversaries just use the entire field.
Dude, it's the Kick Sauber in the rearview mirror doing a fucking, like, you know, Beyblade spin round the bend, which just sends me. It's just hilarious. It's great. Well, safety car, of course, out again. And everyone right now on hards. So 4-lap-old and 5-lap-old hards with Jamsey on completely fresh hards. Rosywell as well. Also, seemingly set to... could he complete the race on these hards, Dan? Fresh hards, 14 laps? Is that impossible?
Not impossible. He's just going to be very, very upset at the end of the race, and so will his tires.
I mean, would you say it's puncture territory, though? We have had that before, haven't we?
No.
No?
No, I don't think puncture territory. They're just not... He will be driving on squares by the end.
Oh, Fred Flintstone in the way to the fucking end. We love that. Well, we probably have maybe another lap, 2 laps in the safety car?
One.
Or one?
Should
Okay.
be one.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. So, as we wait for us to approach lap 16 and then that final 12 commences. I mean, with these safety cars and with how this race has gone, I mean, Dunty, head you to who are you liking? Is it still Chissy's to lose, or do you now like the chances of Tiller, the likes of Alex Caruso? What do you think?
Like James's chances, I'll be honest.
That's fair as well, yeah, fresh hards, of course.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I
Hey,
mean,
he's got a pace to get through this initial gaggle, and then he'll be able
Gaggle is a great word, by the way.
And then he'll be able to attack sort of the three that he's had the problem with the whole race. So yeah, I think he'll be able to. It's definitely in his favour. It's whether he can do anything with it, because there has been a lot of chaos when the big chaotic machine is currently in 4th. So
I don't
have to
think.
get
I
past
think
them
machine
to
is too
get
much
to
of a compliment.
paradise.
This big mechanical
Yeah.
obstacle in 4th, I think, would be a better.
He is a tank, so yeah.
I don't think you can call him a tank. It's just a weapon of mass destruction. It's just a big mechanical WMD in 4th. That's all you are, adversary. I'm not allowing these people to call you a fucking tank, because tanks have uses. All your use is just being a fucking nuisance, mate. You're like, if we had a dildo tank, that's your fucking your kind of summary.
Could
I
be
don't
a
know.
French tank, which were quicker than rebuffs.
Yeah,
Fact, by the
yeah.
way.
Well, you're basically a croissant tank. That's what you are, adversary. So may as well kind of latch on to that and just own it, I suppose. I can't get over that clip. That's a. I mean, how do penalties work on the last race of the season? Do they carry over to next season, Dan, or not?
Well, they get applied to the race that they're.
Okay,
given
gotcha.
in,
But I mean,
so-
okay, but for that one in particular, though, are you saying that was just a race incident, or is that kind of like a, you know, we're going to take some points off you, or we're going to, you know, find you a grid placement next season? I mean, how do you look at that clip and evaluate it compared to what we usually see? As we've just had another death there. Neddy seems to have died or retired in the pits. Something's happened, but Neddy is out as 9
Bench
remain.
just got disqualified.
Wait, Bench got disqualified. Oh,
Yeah,
my bad. Okay, I was looking at the
He
wrong
got
one.
disqualified for ignoring a drive-through.
Oh, well, Bench saying by
Even though he
season.
couldn't solve it anyway.
Yeah, he had no way to. Yeah.
Is that that's another
That's
EA
fine.
glitch, is it? That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just unfortunate.
Well,
That
that's-
happened to me before. Basically, if a safety car comes out the last lap, that you have to solve it, because in real life you cannot solve the drive-through when, you know, they say under yellow flags.
Yeah.
So you have to wait, but you can't do it the lap that the safety car goes in. You have to do a full socket, but the game's just counted it as he started a new lap, you're disqualified, when that's not how it works at all. So, yeah,
I need that as a sound alert.
yeah. That would get played so much.
Oh, absolutely. During a big Champions League FIFA final, I could imagine it. 1000%. Well, for now, Alex Carew is in hot pursuit of Chissy. You know what? Now that I've said the words hot pursuit, I got to tell you that as well. We probably heard that from Hamp yesterday, but someone put out like a file or something for PC where like they completely like they did some sort of revamp or remaster of something of some Need for Speed game. Matt and Hamp were playing it all night yesterday. But yeah, you should ask them about that if you like Need for Speed growing up. They was just ranting and raving about that. 11 laps to go. Chissy with a bit of a gap here. Is the pressure on Jamsey, would you say then, Dan? Does he need to... I mean, it would be a disappointment if Jamsey finished 7th out of 9th here with these retirements, wouldn't it? He's got a great advantage with those hards, being only 3 laps old. Realistically,
Yeah,
if you're Chissy and Alex Carew, are you able to finish this race on 18 lap old hards, or are they going to have to pit again? Oh,
Yeah.
the entire fucking thing's died here, Dan. Because now I'm
Oh.
in. Yep. I don't know if you can see my stream, but I can't move anything or do anything. I don't know if I've been kicked out or what's happened.
What on earth? Because the lobby just died.
I'm
Or
watching
did
a
you
guy
just
on a podium.
disconnect
I'm watching.
What on earth?
I'm watching a guy lift up a trophy. I have no fucking idea if this is me or
Well,
if this is.
I think the whole lobby just died.
Well then, this is the part, Dan, where I love being not in charge. So I'll let you whiz on over. I am very confused here as to I've never seen that happen.
So the lobby's crashed, and it's just immediately sent to
The end race, yeah.
Yeah.
Did that happen in GP2 as well, or
No,
is-
I mean we're still skating along. I think there's just something up with your lobby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says Batty's still in the. Oh, it says. Well, I'm not in Batty's lobby, but it says Batty on his profile is multiplayer in the lobby. So that's.
Wow, that's a new one.
Well, I'll let you sit in silence
Yeah.
and figure that one out. I don't know what to suggest there. But for the time being, we will sit back and wait. That is definitely one that we've not seen before in all the years of F1. Even like years and years ago when we were doing it through Michael and doing it through others. I've never seen that happen before.
We did have this last
Oh.
season at one point. GP2 completely imploded. So, we need to. Is anybody who's got?
I can end my stream and
Yes.
see what the thingy was at the time of my desync. I gather it's ended because
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's kicked everybody.
Ah,
So
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was just me or not.
No, it kicked everyone. It took us to like an end, showed us the people on the
it
podium
showed
and
me
everything.
the podium and kicked
Yeah.
me to the main menu. Don't know if it's me or not. But
It
yeah.
kicked me into an empty lobby where I'm on my own.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
so I just need to know who's left in the race. I think we had 9 left, didn't we?
We did, yep.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. There's gonna be 2 options here. At GP1, 2 options as we did in GP2 last season. 1. End the race there. How many laps were we?
I think we had 11 left, didn't we? We're on lap 17 of 28.
But I'm just
So
publish my
17 of
fucking blog.
28. 17. It's a 60% point. 60% of points given. And that's that.
Right.
Um,
We had 11 left, yeah. 17 to 28 we were on.
Yeah.
On my screen.
yeah.
And then we had about 9. Do you know the 9 alive drivers? Or no?
I could find them very quickly.
Yeah. I've published my VOD.
Okay.
I'll just restart.
I'm trying to get these guys started. Hold on.
Okay. I'll set up a lobby just in case.
You couldn't write it, man. Last race of the season, and EA gives us that. Jesus Christ. We were going to be in for a good finish as well because of Jamsy's situation with the tyres.
Yeah, that's a bit gutting for
I said
them,
it's the first time in like 3 years I've done F1 where that's ever happened to me. Never had a race where I've streamed before where it's like kicked us out mid-race. First time ever.
No. There was an F1, I believe it might have been 2022, 2023, but like, see at the
This-
start when it first got released, this happened all the time.
This happened at Vegas during the season in GP2 last time out, and this is the exact same way we went about it. We basically told them we can end the race and give out points based on how many laps were left. So it would be 60% points paid out as 60% of the laps were gone. Or we can do a 25% race with everybody who's left. So the 9 that are left would basically just do a 25% race, and then we would have said all the timings would be out of place, but the grid would be set as it was left. So it kind of makes it a little bit better given the fact that it was under safety car. But yeah, that's just kind of where we need to be. So
Dude, EA fucking smells, eh? Is Adam being a dirty butt? He was.
let's see.
I don't know if you can see this clip, Michael, but I'll full stop it so you can. I don't know if it still shows up because you just got here, but it's that one. I don't know if that points to anything for you or not.
We're going to say and until 28. Whatever lead bang on 8.
Michael
Brilliant.
said, "Is Atna being a dirty bastard again? Imagine my shock." To which adversary said, "I didn't cause anyone to die from it though. I just did a Max Verstappen send. Cue the music." You are horrendous.
Connie, you said you posted your VOD.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get who all's left because we've got some absolute spastics voting for
Get
no
in.
reason at all.
0160. If you need me to read out, I'll literally have the screenshot of the moment I desync. So
I could wind your stream back. Hold on.
yeah, if you just go to 1 minute or 1 hour 17 minutes.
1
Pretty
hour
much.
17.
So it was Neddy, Rye.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nettie doesn't get a vote.
I don't know if you want to
Jamie
give
doesn't get
some.
a
I don't know if you want to give someone the vote, Dan. That the
Sorry.
drive-through DQ. I don't know if you want to allow him to come back in.
I'll let bench.
I would, yeah.
That was
I would
such
like
bullshit.
bench. Yeah, I'd just like see it bench, like start at the back. Like,
Yeah, he'll be at the back. Okay. Jim's absent. Doesn't count. Chissy vote. Yes, dude. Alex vote. Yes, dude. Killer vote. Yes, dude. Adversary vote. Yes, dude. Shadows vote. Yes, dude. Hippo vote. Yes. Did Jimsy vote? Yes. Did Craig and Rozzy? Rozzy's right there. Craig's right there. So I think. And then we were gonna let.
bench.
Bench, yeah. And benches voted to end it. And we're bang on 28 over.
Oh,
So
are
ending
we
it, yeah.
calling it? Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, what a shame. Because we had a really good end of race as well. So that's a shame. But what can you do? Not anyone's fault. EA's fault. But bit of a, I don't know, bittersweet ending to the season, granted. But hey, you know, reality is, we knew that our champion was going to be Chissy. We knew it was going to be. It wasn't a formality that Ferrari were going to win it, Dan. But I mean, it was going to take something spectacular for Ferrari. Not Ferrari, sorry. Red Bull. It was going to take something phenomenal for Red Bull to not win the team constructors. So, I mean, it's confirmed, isn't it? With that, right? It's Red Bull team win, Chissy drivers champion, and that ends 2025. Just a shame it couldn't be in a bit more of a kind of, you know, normal setting, but EA Sports, it's in the game. I want to appreciate and thank all of the drivers that raced, whether they were full-time, fill-ins, whatever. If you took to the grid at all in the past 12 weeks, we appreciate you, and we hope to see you in 2026 for Season 3. Some great tracks as well. Big thank you to as well, of course, the staff, the usual. Bat Stewart, Dan, MKW and co that have all worked on stuff like the FIA tickets. And yeah, I mean, a fun season. Said highlight points. Stuff like Monaco, always wanted to see Monaco with this grid, and we got to see it. And now the big question is, going into 2026, who is the main contender to Chissy and potentially the Red Bull if he opts to keep with the Red Bull? Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And again, apologies again from us. We can't do anything about it. EA Sports, what are you going to do? Take care, take it easy. Back for UFC tomorrow.